to squeeze a bowl.
2 hours at a time, I
I'm
can make $50.
disqualified from that. I can't give it plasma or any of that anyway.
Well,
I've had
unfortunately, yeah,
versa.
We've moved on from blood recycling, or from metals recycling to body fluids recycling.
What can we get the most money for right now? We sell a lot of stuff. I need a kidney here soon, so.
Well, gosh, yeah,
Harvest our reproductive circuit.
kidney,
Well,
there's a
you know,
market
I
for
thought
kidneys
about
too.
selling my eggs. They said they're too old. But apparently your guys' sperm can go on forever.
No, it's not. They
This
say
is
they say
wrong.
that, but, all these
You know,
old guys having kids,
I
look
mean,
how
one
they get
egg,
there.
$4,000 for one egg. I mean, my God.
Look how much it costs for fertilization treatments and stuff.
What is it, like average age?
So guys, we're going to get into the midterm
Man, I could just
here in a
sell
second,
an
but I am going to first clean up the forums. As it could be, there's a few things that are relevant. For the project. Oh, super. So thanks for everybody for going into this this project forum has done so. And actually, while I'm thinking about that, we are going to have an opportunity if you're needing additional hours. There are 1,200 linear feet of law books at the law library right now that it looks like it was going to be a $5,000 disposal fee. I am going to attempt to negotiate a contract to take them and do some building with them. So if you take a look.
Do you know why that the recycling center don't do the books anymore? We used to take all.
The recycling center does do the books. They do the books at a rate that they can manage. 1,200 linear feet is more than Eddie Stan can manage at the moment.
What do you think they do with them? Because those we took them apart and recycled the papers.
Yeah.
But we don't know. That's no more. That's been gone.
No.
That's as tall as Jesse Hall.
We don't do it anymore because he came in and said because of those books and the dust, that was part of the health risk that everyone could experience. And diseases from a long time ago can be apparently stuck in the pages in that dust and come out. And so we stopped doing all of that recycling of the books. We got all of those books and they moved them out.
Well, anyway, this is what I've checked it out thoroughly. Thank you.
But we don't do them no more. One of the students do. Eddie might cut them up.
No, Eddie does, yeah. So these are some ideas of building with books. So if you remember several lectures ago, it kind of came down to build, bury, or burn. And of those three, my favorite is build. So you're keeping something from going into the air, from going into the landfill. On the other hand, if you've got a compostable product, most books probably not so much compostable.
You'd have to shred them,
Yeah, assuming what the inks were made of too, and the glues. But yeah, shredding would be. Well, I mean, shredding would accelerate the process. If it were a purely organic book, it's going to turn to dirt eventually. You'll be digging up peat several years from now. So anyway, I've got several local fabricators who are interested in, building something like this with these books. So if you're looking for, so if you're looking for your 15 hours for your project, I'm actually going to go to Stacy Gordon today, take some of the books over to Mark Vandermeer on Friday and see what we can't start in terms of a project. And then you can imagine, selling something that was fabricated from the books. They're actually really good looking, nice big thick law books. Okay, so that's one potential project if you're looking for hours. So Jason, Earth Tub, smell issue, Hellgate. So is this going forward okay, guys? the earth tub move? I know there's been some hitches, but,
Mostly over here, just mostly getting into the bullpen and.
any progress getting that second key for that little person door? Okay.
That was, I emailed.
In fact, I was just at Sentinel today, and I sat down with the principal. He gave me the head of facilities name over there, and I'm almost positive he would have the one key to that lock, could open it for us, and we put our second lock in there. So I think I might have unwittingly made some progress on that front in terms of getting to that door.
Nice if we could get it set up and set.
Well, I know it,
Yeah.
that's why I don't have a problem in the world going.
The other one.
I
Yeah.
don't have a problem in the world going forward with this project, because even if we leave this, even when we leave this facility,
Yeah.
Sentinel will still be.
Oh, yeah.
Sentinel,
Perfect.
I mean, Hellgate's got a tub,
Yep.
this way Sentinel would have a tub, so I don't have a problem following through on this project.
Yeah, good.
We figured worst case scenario, if we can't get it over here and do that, we'll work with Hellgate and get theirs going,
Yeah,
at least.
I like that, yeah.
Because then, then maybe later on, we can do the other one. You get to see Sentinel interested in the same setup. or
That's what I'm saying, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem in the world setting it
It
up.
sounds
here.
like Hellgate's mainly just need guidance on how to get it going.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure what all needs to get done yet, so. Yep, that's Nerf tub.
There it is.
I had a picture, but it just.
So, I guess I'm a little baffled by why this auger needs so much dang power. I mean, why couldn't we,
If you got 500 pounds of dirt in there,
It
it takes
uses
a
it
lot
to
of torque.
physically mix it.
Yeah.
And also, when you're pulling it out, you can use the auger to kind of assist.
does the auger just spin, or can you sort of access other parts? Can
The
it,
whole top spins, so you can move the auger around that way, and the auger goes in and out.
The auger has to be positioned manually.
okay, so
The
the,
motor only.
so the auger's not just sitting right in the dead smack center of the thing?
No.
It can sort of
It's
drive,
nice
oh,
to move it
gotcha.
around like
Neat.
You have to, you have to move, you
That
have to
part's-
physically move the auger around.
Mhm.
And as you move it around the mass, it needs that much energy to turn that much material.
Okay,
And I'm also assuming that depending on how little you precondition your soil or precondition your material,
Yeah.
it's going to end up working a lot harder. But we were thinking we'd condition our material pretty well.
yeah. I mean, I see this thing sitting out on the football field with a bunch of turnstiles on it and having the football players take a whack at it to get the thing moving. I mean, that's just me in terms of, 'cause I have a fundamental problem with burning fossil fuels to move current biomass. I mean, it's the reality, right? So these purpose-grown fuels for jets or whatever, we're still out there with conventional farm equipment burning diesel fuel to harvest biofuels. It's still baffling to me that we burn fossil fuels to mow grass and blow sticks around and things like that. But when I see this thing, and we should set it up in its conventional manner. But, it's a design issue, and it gets back to that same 10 million to 1 ratio that we talk about in NRG 101, where you're consuming the fuels of the past at a rate 10 million times greater than they were put here, and consuming them in the present, so.
Is it things that these guys were talking about, that one of the most of the same things we do is lawns?
Yeah,
I think it was the same.
it could have been the cradle-to-cradle guys talking about lawns, yeah, it's.
The amount of energy that goes into a lawn is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's something else. It's something else. But,
But,
and this, obviously, this is not a lawn, but what you're doing is you're using ancient fossil, and it could be that your earth tub is plugged into an outlet that's only running off wind power somewhere, or wave power, or, some renewable versus a coal-fired power plant, no way to guarantee that. I could also see a way to connect this directly to a mill, a wind mill or a water mill, or just where you're going straight mechanical and not using the electrical.
Yeah, I
But
looked into doing some like hand augers, like
Yeah.
maybe you could retrofit it with a hand-powered one, but it looks like to me that most of the hand-powered ones that are designed are mainly for like an ice fishing.
It'd be something
pretty
small, yeah.
Low So that, you'd have to, like you said, put a windmill.
Well, or you stick it out on the football field or the soccer field, and it's used as a drill or an exercise for the athletes to hop onto. Yeah. Well, good progress on that though, guys. Thanks. Project updates.
Might have been the next one that I had to try.
Yeah, I meant to do my journal up there this weekend as well. Plus I'm still touching base.
Okay, so if everybody could just go ahead and add to that. I think we cleared that forum. I've been able to open up the quizzes for a few people that needed a little extra time. That hasn't been a problem. If you need more time on the quizzes, let me know. I guess there's a couple other little pings on the glass. Million Bottle Temple. Oh, so it sounds like maybe the bottles are not structural, but just more decoration. Yeah, again, as I said before you go building one of these, it might be a good idea to consult with a structural engineer. And one more. Glass forum.
Just trying to get the lease up.
That is quite a link. I think there's a way, I think if you use this advanced editor, the link will actually be active. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Yeah, next time when you're in there posting, use this advanced editor link, everybody. I don't think that's going to work either. It looks like it's chopped off. So, anyway, sorry I couldn't read that one. There was one more, cellulose. Let me just check that really quick. This is a pretty good one. Yeah. Any material that's already sort of been through the manufacturing and industrial stream that can be repurposed, that's fantastic use. All right, well, thanks for that post. It's not exactly cellulose, but again, kind of a insulation or building material, so it's definitely related. Okay, so let's just discuss a little bit what would be fair game for the midterm. Up to this point, I've only had a couple little blurbs from the required textbook, so I'm not going to make anything too crazy. I'm just going to flip through the book here, try to get about halfway through. So let's just say anything. I'm just looking through the chapters here. Chapter 4 is waste equals food. Let's see if we get that far or not. That's about halfway through the book. So I'm going to say anything chapters 1 through 3 are fair game for the midterm. And then chapter 4 through the end of the book, that you might expect to see a few things on the final. So I've given you one question on chapter 1, one on chapter 2, so it works out pretty nicely that chapter 3 is also fair game for cradle to cradle. Also, what I'm likely to do for the midterm is just go back into the previous quizzes, the forums, take some of the problems, some of the discussions, and just reword them. So for example, just now we went through Jason's silver pricing data, and we did a little costs analysis and said, oh gosh, it looks like it might be better for me to sell my silver in 1 ounce bars instead of any of these other units, because I'm going to get more per unit mass. So they'll expect a few quantitative things like that. Maybe I'll do something where, and this kind of gets back into what we know from 101 and 102, say, hey, I've got an earth tub and it's running at 220 volts, 20 amps. How much power is that? How many football players would it take to run that thing instead? Something like that, as a little quantitative project that's relevant to the class. I might also have you give you some example data from what it costs right now for our university landfill bill, $420,000. Take a crack at what that breaks down into in terms of organics, materials, et cetera, and then how much value that would have on the recycling market. So I don't know if I'm going to get too crazy with the labor costs and all that. I mean, that's usually where the economics tend to fall apart a lot of times in terms of what people's time is worth in terms of sorting and whatnot. But you just expect a few things like that on the midterm. Anything else you guys want to talk about? That's really all I wanted to cover. I just wanted to, look to see what was out there on the metals forum. Oh, I do know that I got, I do want to show you something that came through my wheelhouse here. I think I've got it in my inbox. So you can see there are several offerings here. So somebody does have 300 metric tons. That's pretty good chunk sitting there in the UK. Chances are that's going to end up in Iceland. They do a lot of aluminum recycling there. Hong Kong wants 100 metric tons a week. Israel's making 200 metric tons extrusion scrap. Anyway, so what I'd like you to do is, and again, that particular forum is passed, but I really would like to see a few more entries into that metals forum, just digging into it. Okay. Anything else? I know we're a little early. It's a little bit before noon yet, but that's all I wanted to cover is just catching up on the forums and giving you a little preview of the midterm.
Well,
What's that?
I need like a couple more questions for this company.
Okay, I'll help you out.
And we have some,
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Nice, good job on the tub, by the way. Thanks for cruising.
Yeah.
Yeah.